Tom Thibodeau's disaster class and Jalen Brunson's hero ball led to a loss in Game 2. Can the Knicks recover in Game 3? In Detroit? Hit that rock. Before we get started, make sure to hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the dark notification bell so you get each and every notification for each and every video I put out there. It's your boy Gmo, Legion Knicks. Let's get it. Of course. So, Game 2 versus Detroit Pistons playoffs. New York Knicks come out with a stinker, lose 100-94 on the back of Tom Thibodeau's disaster class, as well as Jalen Brunson's needless hero ball. Karl-Anthony Towns not being given really any shots in the third quarter. Took only three in this. I'm sorry, in the third quarter. In the second half, only took 3 shots all the second half, had 10 points. Mind you, this guy that was mollywopping Tobias Harris mostly in the paint does not get the ball back. Some shoddy defense. All the defense I praise this Knicks team about, off the screens against Cade, a lot of defensive intensity went away. A lot of defensive focus went away, as seen in that last shot versus Dennis bum-ass Schroeder from 3, where Jalen Brunson doesn't step up. Josh Hart sags off, thinking that Brunson's going to step up, bad communication. And all game, Brunson had some bad defensive plays. Honestly, a lot of these guys had some bad defensive plays. Freaking him, Miles McBride on Dennis Schroeder. We literally gave these Detroit bums confidence to put their buffs on so they could go back to Detroit in Game 3 and feel like they could really take us on. When literally, the only guy really killed us, or guys who killed us, were Dennis Schroeder and Cade Cunningham. Other than that, this team, like I said, Beasley, THJ, Tobias, they're not that. And they didn't have Isaiah Stewart. They're not that. This Detroit team, oh yeah, the shooters, they shot freaking 22% from 3. Like I expected. Like Dennis Green said. They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the mother effing hook. Just absolute trash class versus the Pistons. The Knicks shot 42% from the field, 28.6% from 3. And I believe on wide open threes, they went 1 for 10. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I get it. I get it. You're not going to make every shot, but golly, Mikal Bridges, if you take the damn 3 in transition off the wing in the fourth quarter, can you make it? The play where they actually set up a play for you, that 3 that you shot at the top of the key, because Brunson could have drove to the basket, try to get a quick 2. He didn't. That whole play was set up for you. You came off the screen, top of the key, wide open. You missed the shot. You complain about the minutes, which I understand. I actually agree with you. But golly, can you make a shot in the clutch? An open catch and shoot or open off the dribble shot. Can you make a shot in the clutch? Yo, my God, man. This game, man, and in the lineups, absolutely questionable lineup decisions. This last game, Mitchell Robinson tied the lead in terms of Knicks lead, in terms of rebounds, 7 rebounds for your man Mitchell Robinson. He played 20 minutes. Josh Hart had 7 rebounds. He played 40 minutes. In this game, outside of 2 possessions, and one of them Mitchell Robinson really couldn't get to because OG was on Cade. Cade Cunningham missed all his shots against Mitch, with Mitch helping the paint. Outside of 2 shots, and again, one of those shots, Mitch couldn't really help out because OG was on him. And yet, Mitchell Robinson only got 20 minutes. Tom Thibodeau's lineup decisions have been terrible, or were terrible in that game too. No Cameron Payne in the second half? What are we doing here? Brunson, Josh, Cat come out the game. Believe in the second quarter. Who's going to run your offense? Miles McBride, who forgot how to freaking shoot a basketball? I know he hit the 2 threes yesterday. Thank God. Bismillah. Oh, my gosh. Who's going to handle the rock? Who's going to handle the offense? Who's your point? Who's your focus on offense? If I don't have Brunson there, wouldn't it make sense for me to have Cat in there? Especially when Isaiah Stewart out. Jalen Duren comes out. I stagger the lineups. I set the lineup so I can attack their smaller lineups with my big. Tibbs. Can you wake up this series, bro? Can you wake up these lineups have not been good. Then you have Cat in there with Brunson, and Brunson can't pass the ball to Cat. Cat sagging off in the corner. They're not running pick and roll, really. Brunson can't find Cat. We're going to go all through all this, man. But that was a freaking disaster class. The defense, the vaunted defense, and I give credit to Bickerstaff. He adjusted, attacking a lot more on the wings with Cade and going into ISO with Cade versus attacking from the top of the key or through the middle into the paint. But the Knicks have been a little bit better in terms of defending against Cade for the most part when he's trying to drive, especially against Mitch. Cade just has not had a great go of it, at least especially in game 2. But then the defense off the screens were just not as crisp as they were in game 1. With Cade is coming off maybe 2 screens, the guy picking him up is too late. Cat, got to step up on that baseline jumper Cade made if OG's getting screened off. And OG talked about it post-game after game 2. They're doing everything to take him off the screens. So you other guys got to step up. Where the traps? What? Yo, dogs, bro. What is happening with this team? We played down to our competition. The thing that'll get me mad is that we probably would have close games with the Celtics and lose every game. If we're having close games with the Celtics and lose every game, how are we losing to the Detroit Pistons? Schroeder? Dennis Schroeder? That guy? That guy is really. If they make it to the next round against Celtics, you think Dennis Schroeder's going to do a smidget of any of this? Talking all out on tough? Really? You guys got to step up, man. Let's go to the film. So I actually want to break this down and give credit to JB Bickerstaff adjusting to the Knicks. Cade Cunningham in game 2 versus game 1 did a lot more attacking off the screens from the wings, which was smart. The Knicks were setting kind of like these false hedges. They weren't as aggressive. Especially with Brunson. Brunson would just kind of hedge, do his little customary hedges and go back, right? And I think at times, Cade in game 1 to kind of be spooked, like, Brunson might be trying to steal the ball. And they realize, Brunson's not really doing it. He's just doing a customary, just getting away and trying to maybe pick up my dribble a little bit. If I keep my dribble, Brunson will be gone. He's not really paying attention to me. He's not trying to trap me. And it's still have OG trying to fight. Now, in this situation, and if you see in game 1, JB Bickerstaff and Cade did a lot more of Cade attacking through the top of the key, attacking through the middle of the half court to off of screens to try to initiate some type of offense. And now struggling, especially when Mitch was in. But in this game, we got to give him game 2, attacking a lot more off the wings, trying to get into ice situations, trying to get into switches. The Knicks were not aggressive in trapping. And again, the Knicks have to think about doing that a lot more. Trap Cade Cunningham. Anytime if you have a situation where the out of bounds is your friend, is your partner, use it, abuse it. See here, Mitchell Brunson not really hedging. OG still kept off by THJ. And by the way, THJ, that's a foul. That's a foul. Refs. Let me say something. Adam Silver. You got to do a better job of controlling the directives and making directives uniform to the players. We understand you call out these fouls in the regular season because you want to get these guys to be artificial stars and get their points up. Oh, God. 30 plays a game and he goes to the line 20 times. We get it. We got it. It's whatever. But in the playoffs, if you don't call these calls, don't call them throughout. You're destroying the product by having inefficient ref calling. Game 1, you allow these guys to play, fair enough. And I mean on both ends. Because even when JB was going up and trying to draw fouls, I was like, bro, stop doing. They're not calling these fouls. Stop doing that. Please. It's the playoffs. So I was fair both ways. But in game 2, you have these refs who just they're calling ticky-tack fouls and trying to do makeup calls down the line. It makes for a bad product. No one wants to see guys going to the line 30 billion times to end out quarters or in a quarter. We don't want to see it. We want to see basketball. We want to see defense. We even want to see some physicality. Let these guys play or don't let these guys play, but be consistent so guys know how to operate. Adam Silver, you're destroying the... Golly, bro. Anyway, back to this film review. So here, off the screen again, Cade. And here's what makes me sick. Lack of communication by these two. So now Brunson's just going to no man's land. TJ still following OG. And OG can't get around. But this is where Cat has to step up. And Cat did such a good job in game 1 of stepping up on the screens, on the initial screens. Now, you get... It's not initial screen, but he's still driving. Cat has to show that help. Get it. Help the helper. Step up and stop Cade from getting close to the paint. Now, granted, the name of the game is to get these guys to shoot mid-range shots, but Cade is so good at the mid-range shots, almost as good as a layup for Cade. So you can't let him get those easy shots. Make these other guys pay. Cat doesn't step up. If Cat steps up, and I'm not even saying all the way out here. Forget all the way out there. Just wait till Cade gets a little bit deeper, closer, and just step up. Just step up. Here, boom. Got to step up into that. Your man Makai's already looking. He's looking at the corner, and he's also looking here. Makai's going to step up here. If Cade wants to try to kick it out to Tobias, Josh Hart could cut out over here. And if Tobias wants to do what? What, pass it here? That's a no-go. To Austin Thompson, he can't shoot. He can't shoot. Let him shoot that garbage. Let him. That's the name of the game. Let their worst of the worst shooters shoot that garbage. Again, this freaking Pistons team shot, what, 22% from three? I understand it's the first quarter, but you got to make their worst players shoot the ball. Get the ball off Cade Cunningham's hand. Do not allow him any confidence. We saw what a lack of confidence or a lack of rhythm and touch could do to Cade in game one. Got to get back to that. But here, don't make it happen. Of course, Cade gets that easy baseline jumper, gets a gratuitous bounce, and is good. No bueno by the Knicks. Here's another one where Cade and Bickerstaff adjusted to the Knicks defense from game one and attacking off the wings. Here, getting a screen off. Now OG is switching onto Beasley. Now Makai's there. And also seems like Paul Reed was trying to do another screen on OG, but it really went absolutely nowhere. But here, Mikal Bridges versus OG, not the greatest of matchups just because he's physically weak. He can cover space, but he's just physically weak. He gets beat by your man, Cool King Cade Cunningham. But here's where I get pissed. It's not that Mikal tried and forced him to go baseline, but that's where Josh has to step up and force that free, either Josh or Brunson, one or two, right? Force that shot, force Cade to go up against a wall in the paint. Now, Cade would have the option of THJ, and THJ could shoot that. And maybe Austin Thompson is going to crash, but you can't allow Cade such easy access to the basket after forcing him baseline. Look at these two, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, the roommates. Both still stuck in the bed. Pause. That doesn't sound right. These two idiots. What are y'all looking at? Cade is driving. Bro, close down the lane. Now, Josh, you're too late. Brunson in no man's land too. Nobody steps up to stop this? Your man was stuck on the baseline. If he drives there, he would have to turn around. Hold up. Your man Cade would have to turn around. If they stop Cade, say, like right here, if Josh stepped up right here, where's Cade going to go? The only thing, maybe you have a cutting Austin Thompson. Brunson could cut that off. Cat can even cut that off because you have Paul Reed who's not going to do anything outside the paint. Then maybe you have THJ and you maybe get some rotations to go back out. But it's too easy for Cade Cunningham. Too easy. Game one, bro, the Knicks did not allow Cade to eat nowhere in the paint. 2-3 blocks on Cade in the paint. Even when Josh got beat on the closeout, he stopped. He went back and blocked Cade after Cat helped out in the paint. Unacceptable, bro. Now, we always talk about the problems. Now, here's the solution I have for Cade and driving into the paint. Now, granted, this is not the greatest of examples, but still in a situation where you can do it, force Cade to go into the middle against Mitch. And that also means to play Mitchell Robinson. Play Mitchell Robinson. You talked about the lineup with Cat and Mitch. Oh, well, yeah, I know he talks a lot deeper than that. Oh, Mitch Robinson and Cat, I like the Mitch. I know it's a limited time, blah, blah. Play Cat and Mitchell Robinson. Cade made 2 shots with Mitchell Robinson in the help, and only one of them was a true shot against Mitch's help because OG was on Cade so much. There's no space for Mitch to come and block. It was a tough shot on OG to begin with. Cade does not shoot well against Mitchell Robinson in the paint. Let's go through a few effing examples. Here, look at this defense. Everybody know, no one knows what the hell's going on. OG's jogging back to get on Cade, but Cade is like, screw it. I'm not going to reset it. Let me try to attack. Bam, going nowhere. Look at Mitch draped up all over him. Even in Mitch's mistakes, Mitch can make a mistake and still give you a good defensive play. That's how physically gifted Mitch is. I understand he's been hurt. He's not the same Mitch of yesteryear, but we're talking about a guy that Cade cannot shoot against. Even when Mitch Robinson plays drop back against Cade, Cade is not shooting well against Mitch. He's not doing well against Mitch's help. Y'all talk about numbers. Y'all talk about statistics. Your man cannot shoot against Mitchell Robinson. Play effing Mitchell Robinson. Please. The lineup calls for it. The defense is a lot better when Mitch Robinson's there. Now there's Vandergrees when Cat is there as well too. I don't give a flying F. Play those two nincompoops. Who gives a F? But if you want a solution, force K to go middle with Mitchell Robinson there. He ain't shooting that crap, bro. He ain't making shots. Here, another one with Miles McBride. I got to be able to depend on Miles McBride as a point of attack defender. On that other team's, bro, on their other playmaker we ain't talking even about KPJs or something like that. We ain't talking about no freaking Norman Powell's or something like that. Like, come on, though. We talking about Dennis some other effing Schroeder. No offense. Here, Tobias Harris makes a screen. Miles McBride trying to shoot. Bro, look at Miles McBride running. First of all, my guy. Again, the groin issue, and maybe Tibbs has to see this. That groin issue, he's still affected by it. Defensively, he's not shifting his feet. He's not shifting his hips. He's trying to run. He's trying to turn and run. Now, imagine Schroeder actually drove to the left. I actually think that he may be able to draw fire just how Miles McBride was running. He would try to draw the right, and McBride probably run straight into his left shoulder or his left side. And you know Schroeder flops. People don't like to talk about that. Floppernomics. That freaking Turkish hairline. Your man Schroeder literally just drives to right because McBride is trying to guess the screen. Bro, that's not how you ice a screen, my guy. You get in front of a screen, you force him one way. Now that gives also a better, gives a little bit more timing for Cat to now get in front of the screen. Now again, I'm not saying that Cat he's not the best defender over screens, but he did do a good job in game one. Also did an okay job in game two in terms of defending off of the initial screen. But you give him no help here by trying to run and shoot. Now your man's scrambling. Cass and I was trying to scramble, get in front of Schroeder. Miles, terrible instincts. And Cat did all he could do. He's ready beat to the spot, so he doesn't want to foul him. But Schroeder now gets the layup on him. Easy bucket, go 10. But easy bucket for Schroeder. Because of Miles McBride's terrible lateral defense, guessing on defense, leaving the Knicks defense in shambles. Now here, another bad decision by Miles McBride, bro. This man had a terrible game defensively. We don't talk about it, how he basically kind of opened up the scoring doors for Schroeder with some just abysmal point of attack defense. Now here, they get it to Beasley. Now, again, the name of the game for the Pistons, especially away from K. Again, you see action away from K. K just chilling. OG, drag OG out all this action so you don't have the Knicks' best defender anywhere near the ball in the situation. But here, obviously, you got Jalen Duren's going to set that screen down for chasing Mikal Bridges. Try to get the ball open to Malik Beasley. Again, the Pistons been trying to do a lot of catch and shoot in the series. And again, they shot poorly yesterday, but they can hit. They show they can hit those shots at least against the Knicks this season. So here, but again, the issue previously, especially in game one, was that guys weren't firing off the screens, right? The big men weren't firing off the screens, and so THJ and freaking bum ass Malik Beasley would get those shots at the wing. Off ball. But here, Mitchell Robinson actually did a good job of reading the defense. I mean, they trying to get the shot off to your man Beasley. And Duren was supposed to actually cut down here. If Duren cuts down here before the before the pass to Beasley, if Duren does that, maybe Schroeder has a pass. Before he makes that pass, he was already making the pass. So just take Duren out of it. Duren's he's a non-factor at this point. Mitchell Robinson did a good job of getting over that screen and helping, right? Now Mikal's there. Mitchell Robinson can get back on Jalen Duren if need be. Why the hell is Deuce McBride? What your man was scoring on you, bro. Why are you helping out in a situation to trap Beasley? The only thing Beasley can do is shoot. Ain't like he can drive. He ain't Cade Cunningham. You don't got to set the trap there. You don't got to set the trap at all, especially with Mitch there. You send a 3-man trap on Beasley? Come on, son. Son, bro, what are we doing here, son? That's like getting the Megazord to defeat the freaking Yellow Ranger, son. Like, bro, it's not even the White Ranger, ain't even the Red Ranger, ain't even the Green. Like, bro, what are you doing here, son? Terrible about McBride, bro. He's just guessing on defense. Get it back to Schroeder. McBride tries to close out. Terrible. Schroeder sees the whole way. This dude is running on some freaking Garrison Hurst type ish back to freaking Schroeder. Schroeder just waits. Catches him with the fake shot. Boom, got him. Miles McBride's left in no man's land. Happy feet ass motherfucker. Look at this dude. Look at his feet, son. Look at the feet. Look at the feet. The feet defeated you, bro. Done. Schroeder goes. Easy floater for Schroeder. And Mitch could have stepped up for the block, but it's already done. Man in motion. We talk about everybody else on defense, bro. Got to talk about Miles McBride giving us some negative minutes on the floor. Outside of 2 threes, your man's been giving us some negative minutes in the playoffs. And here's a guy that we were depending on significantly to give something off the bench, both ends. And he has not been doing it. Outside of the 2 threes he hit in game 2 versus the Detroit Pistons. Now, here's what I'm talking about. This is in the first half, right? So he's in the third quarter, the off stuff. Look at this play by your man Brunson. Where the hell you going, bro? Where you going, bro? You good? You smoking Sherm? What is this? Okay, you got Paul bum-ass Reed on you. Schroeder's coming out to help. You trying to drive and beat Paul Reed, who actually has decent lateral quickness to cover that ground. But even then, you're driving into where OG is. And you have Cade there. You're driving into no man's land. To try to beat who? To draw a bum-ass foul. They're not calling these fouls equally, bro. Yes, you got them in the fourth quarter, but you couldn't bank on that. Look where Cat is. Look at all the real estate Cat got, bro. Look at all the freaking real estate Cat got, son. Look at all this. And you can't find your man, bro? You really think your Mighty Mouse ass is supposed to beat Paul Reed, Cade, and a swarming in Schroeder? Jalen Brunson, you my guy. You ain't Kobe. And even Kobe struggled with doing this crap. He need the triangle to come back for him to get his championships back. You not that. You got to find your best players, Brunson. Brunson, bro, this is some absolute bullshit, bro. You better than this. You play on a championship team with some great players in college. Mikal Bridges, Dante. Josh. I think. He did. I say I think. Because I know Josh was there the first. Anyway. You play with some great players, bro. Really? This what you doing? More Brunson hero ball. And Brunson was allowing Schroeder and these guys to get in his head, bro. You letting Schroeder, you letting Malik Beasley, you letting THJ talk trash to you. You're trying to go tit for tat in shots with them, bro. Why? Kings don't talk with peasants. Monarchs don't talk with the proletariat. The princely don't talk to the plebs. Why are you going back and forth with them? Play the team game, bro. You got so many options on your team. You got so many players on your team. You have so many ways to mix and utilize your gravity to get guys open shots. But no, you want to go tit for tat against these guys, bro. You're on some Joffrey-ish, man. You trying to go tit for tat with these guys? Really? Get out to Brunson. Pay attention to where Cat is. First, you don't even utilize a pick and roll with Cat. Mikal could space out a little bit more and take Beasley away from that area. Cat can easily come and set you that screen. Now you got Paul Reed. If you want to get the pick and roll, or if you have Cat, again, no Jalen Duren. You got Cade, you got Tobias as your taggers. Mind you, OG's in the corner. But because he's far on the weak side, obviously K's going to sleep in a little bit more into the middle. But here you got freaking Jalen Brunson driving into no man's land again to shoot what? A contested. And look where Cat is. Look where your man Cat is. Wide open. That's his shot. That's his shot. One of the best shooting big men in all of NBA history. In all of NBA history. And you leave him wide open to shoot a contested shot against 3 players. For what? Look at your man. Your man clapped the shot. Say what you want about Cat. Cat is soft. Cat is a punk. But ain't that a... Yo, when you see Cat clap his hands like... Damn. You could feel like... I really want to say something and be really angry about it, but I'm going to let that go. Because that's our captain. That's our leader. That's how he's clapping like, that was a stupid ass shot. Like, the fuck is wrong with you, bro? But you can only do it through. You shouldn't up against 3 players, bro. Brunson. Even Jokic would make that pass. Even Jokic would make that pass. SGA would make that pass. Anthony Edwards would make that pass. Brunson, I said since last playoffs, you in your own head. I don't know what you're trying to prove and to who. You're in your own head. You keep pulling this type of bullshit, bro, you lose the series. People start questioning whether you are one of the best point guards in the league. And you know what makes a point guard's job a lot easier? When they have talented players around him. Chris Paul and what he did with those New Orleans Pelicans teams back in the day, with just him, David West, and Tyson Chandler maybe, and a erratic J.R. Smith. Bro, like, you got guys around you. You don't have to go through the Chris Paul trudging and trying path through the playoffs. You don't got to do that. Like when they played against the Spurs and got mollywop, you don't got to do that. You have Cat, Macau, OG. You got talented players. You got Cat up top here. Wide effing open. Wide open. Look. Wow. Miracles. Disney World. Make the freaking pass. Make the freaking pass. Rick Brunson, Tibbs, tell him to make the freaking pass. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Tell him to make the freaking pass. This is not good basketball. This is not smart basketball. You're giving them the game. The Pistons are allowing you to punish them. They're masochists. They want pain. Make them feel pain. They left Cat open. You were supposed to make that pass. 3 guys were not supposed to drape on you to defend you. But they know you got tunnel vision. Look where Schroeder is. Look where Schroeder is. Look where your man Schroeder is. Schroeder's coming out to help. They left Cat wide open, bro. For a guy who could, what is he shooting? 40-some% from the top of the key? Something stupid. They left him open because they knew you weren't going to make the pass. God forgive us all, man. Now let's get to the play that everyone talks about. And that's the Schroeder 3 to basically ice the game for the Pistons versus the Knicks. Here, your man Josh Hart is on Tobias Harris. They end up getting it to Schroeder on the wing who got Brunson on him. Brunson is telling Josh to switch onto Schroeder, right? And just bad communication all throughout. Tobias is going to come back and reset the screen on Josh. And now Josh, and this is just bad. No communication. Doesn't tell Brunson to get back. I mean, he's just expecting Brunson to pick him up. At the very least, and again, neither of these guys are great defenders. But at least Brunson is pointing and telling him, yo, go, switch. Early. Good defense by Brunson. But then Brunson, and he stated it that he made a defensive lapse, was supposed to get back. But Josh also supposed to direct him. In this switch situation, bro, you guys got to be resolute. And even be resolute in, I don't even say make a mistake, but being aggressive in the sense of Josh, just pick him up. He's closest. You guys got to handle this stuff coming out of timeouts, coming out of the breaks. We're not switching. Or if we switch, you got to make it. That's why Tom Thibodeau did not like to switch, especially when he first came to the Knicks, because of that lack, the communication, not having those elite defensive players. Even when you have Bullock and those guys there, you didn't see a lot. You saw guys fight through screens. Because you didn't really have a true team that he melded together. Guys that he knew were defensively minded veterans like he had back in Boston, back in the day, 2008, with James Posey, Tony Allen, Kevin Garnett, Rondo. You don't have those guys who just, they get it naturally on defense. Or they develop into defensive stalwarts. That's not this Knicks team. Especially not Brunson and Josh. And both these two guys, the roommates, leave your man Schroeder wide open. Enough open. And I say wide, but enough to hit that 3. If someone just steps up, you got 8 seconds left on the clock. Where's he going to get it to? Macau got Beasley. Is he going to make a pass there? Kate is stuck in no man's land on the weak side. They're going to get it to Tobias. Even look at the play with Tobias. You still got Cat down low. If Brunson stepped up and stayed on him, he would have to drive, go through Macau Bridges, and try to get a pass off. I believe I want to say that's Duran. And then you got Tobias here. It'd be impossible for him to make a proper play with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. But they allowed your man Schroeder enough space to hit that shot. Bad communication by both parties. I actually blame a little bit more on Josh because even how he was sagging off to try to get back to Tobias was just too weak. And the thing about it is that you didn't see Brunson, like, you have to have the peripherals to really be like, all right, I see that Brunson's gotten back onto him. He didn't. Look at the plane here. Look at the plane here, how Josh is looking. You don't see Brunson in front of you. You don't see Brunson in front of you. So I would even bet on it. I would actually have it to where these two just double shoulder. And then let them try to get Tobias. You have Cat down low. Then they have to get to Duren. With time winding down off the clock. Try to get the pass off the Duren. Try to get an alley-oop or something with Cat blocking the passing lanes. And maybe Mikal Bridges helping out. But the Knicks' defensive lapses throughout this game were alarming. By guys that we expect to be better. In situations where we expect the Knicks to have proper plans. And this is on Tibbs. This is not just on the individual plays. This is on Tibbs. You come out of timeout. You're in the fourth quarter. You should pick up what they're doing within the game. Okay, they got Schroeder as a secondary playmaker alongside Cade. Had places to trap him. Play him a certain way to force him a certain way. No easy mid-range shots. No easy threes. We know how Schroeder likes to play. But no. This was a failure on all fronts by this Knicks squad, from the players to the coaches. But there's time to get the solutions down in place before Game 3. And you pray, inshallah, this Knicks team get it together. The Knicks are a good road team. But like Ian Begley said, this team did not play like a 50-plus win team in Game 2. Really, even Game 1 as well, too. 21-0 run. When does that happen in the playoffs? That's not something that you could depend on. It's not common. Hopefully the Knicks get it together. Like I said, we gave the Detroit Pistons confidence to put on their bum-ass buffs and to feel confident against this New York Knicks team that's superior to them. I don't care what no one says. But let me know your comments. Your boy Gmo leads your Knicks. I appreciate you guys. Peace through. God bless. I'll catch you guys on the next one.